The reason that I love to both practice and teach the Yin Yoga work is because out of my 20 years of self-inquiry and embodiment practice and yoga, the most valuable tools that I've learned is whatever my mind is projecting into the moment doesn't have to dictate my reality. And so Yin Yoga brings us direct tools for freedom from attachment to the enslavement of that limiting belief system of the thinking mind. And in this training, we're going to be working in depth with how to generate that freedom for ourselves and for our students. Exploring that up a bit. In this Yin Yoga teacher training, we're going to be coming together to explore in great detail the three primary wisdom traditions of Yin Yoga. So that's the Indian Hatha Yoga system, the traditional Chinese medicine system based in the meridian theory of Taoism, and the mindfulness practices of Buddhism.
The earth element is a cross driven into the ground in Chinese.
What's great about these three traditions is that all of them recognize that body, mind, and spirit are inseparable. In fact, they're the one thing. So in Yin Yoga, we have this really potent system of working very directly with the body, mind, and spirit.
The hips, actually up here is going over to that point there.
So bringing in a Chinese doctor whose specialty is in teaching about the illness and pathogens of traditional Chinese medicine and how we can address those with yoga asana. We're activating heart meridian, pinky finger to the armpit. When you're exhaling. So on a physical level, we work with the tissue, but also with the inclusion of Chinese medicine. In TCM, there are 12 primary channels that are worked with to influence how qi is flowing into the 12 organ systems of the body. So we can work with very specific practices to optimize the vitality and health of specific organ systems. Teachers, you want to guide your students where the channel is in the body.
One of the things that's been beautiful as it's arisen is that I'm really sensing qi in a much bigger way than I ever have before. So because we're so embodied in not just doing the postures but really feeling it, that I've got this amazing sense now of just this vibrating energy that's flowing through us that yeah.
And as you exhale, how would you stretch from the scapular bone to the fingertips to open small intestine channel?
So a foundational principle of the training is the recognition that the thoughts that we're identifying with influence the tissue in our bodies. So if we're attaching to or identifying with thoughts that are out of alignment with the truth of who we are, this literally manifests as an impediment in the flow of the qi moving through the tissue, and the tissue literally contracts. So each time we come to the yoga mat, we're not only unwinding physical stress from repetitive movement or previous injury, but we're also unwinding the influence of our mind on our bodies. We take a moment to tune in with our sankalpa, our intention, because when we get on the mat, we're stirring up what's old and stuck from the past, not just physically, but also mentally and emotionally. And so in this training, we really focus on learning specific mindfulness practices of how to meet what arises in the mind and the body, particularly when it's challenging.
Before I came to this training, that the real essence of who we are was something that was outside of me that I had to strive to try and attain. And through my experience of this training, I realized that it's not something outside of me, it's something that's within me. It is me.
Feeling sensations in the front, the sides, and the back of the neck.
It's not like you're sitting in a space and feeling a disconnect between the teacher and the theory. What you see within Tina is everything that she's telling you about come to life.
The tissue that's stretching under the scapular bone, gallbladder. Radically rewarding to see this transformation arise in students, and it doesn't require an enormous amount of practice. It can happen right here and right now. It's just when we have the tools to meet what arises that we can notice that it's available for everyone. And it's so deeply inspiring to watch so many students, one after the other, recognize their full potential.